section 1 and we are on phase 1. So beginner section, and our phase 1 is setup. So our setup is going to be from the ground up. So we always start from the ground up. We don't take any shortcuts. We're going to do the things the right way, build you up. So with setup, as I've said before, the most important thing you can have in boxing or in anything is good foundations, a good base. Without a good base, without good foundations, you're just going to fall down. You're not going to be able to be in a position to punch. You're not going to be able to be in a position to defend. You're always going to feel off balance. You're going to feel vulnerable, and it's not a nice position to be in. So we want to build that strong base, that strong foundations from the get-go. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to be about hip to shoulder width apart, standing with our feet square. And then what I want you to do is, if you're a right-hander, I want you to keep the right foot in one place and take your left foot forward, just one step. And what I want you to do is don't overstep, because in life, when we're walking down the street, you know, we want to follow our natural gait. We don't pigeon step along, and we don't take big wide steps. Yeah. So I want you to just be in that position and take a normal step out how you would. If you're a left-hander, for instance, you're going to keep your left foot where you were in position, and you're going to take your right foot one step out. Okay. Once you've done that, I'm a right-hander, so I'm going to take my left foot one step forward, and then all we're going to do is we're going to take our feet and push them to sort of like just off centre, yeah? So I want the back foot that can be a little bit more 45 degree than the front. The front, I don't want it 45 degrees, and I don't want it straight. So I want it just in between. Now when you're looking down at your feet, what you should be looking for is that you've got a toe, front toe, and a back heel alignment. Yeah, so what we don't want to do is we don't want to see this position here where you're in line, so it's like you're on a tightrope, and we don't want to see massive big wide step here where you're going to be square. So if you're looking down at your feet, you should have that near enough 45 degrees or just off, and you should have a nice line between your toe and your heel. They should be looking down as if you did like a pass through. Now you're going to hit that toe, yeah? So you're here. We're in good positions now, and then what we want to do is we can take that back heel slightly off the floor. Yeah, we don't want to take it massively off the floor. We just take it slightly off the floor, and then that just gives us our sort of movement here that we can move. There is going to be times in boxing where you want to be with your feet, with both feet down, plant your feet and let your hands go. But again, remember, we're starting from the base. Don't think too far ahead. Let's just look at where we want to set up position-wise. So we've got a heel slightly off the floor. Yeah? That's perfect. That's where I want you for first. So that's phase 1 of section 1, just your feet alone, yeah? All I'm looking for is 3 main things. Your back foot is going to be about 45 degrees with your front foot just inside of centre, is centre line. You're going to be a toe, front toe and a back heel alignment, that's number 2. And then your heel, back heel is going to be slightly raised. Yeah, there's the 3 key things straight away on the feet that I want. Okay, so you get in position, get that going, have a look at your feet and make sure you feel strong and sturdy in that position. You can tweak things, you know, if I need to take my foot out there a little bit more, I can, yeah? I don't really want to be in line with myself, but if I feel like I need a bit of a narrower stance, I can, and if I want a bit more of a base, I can here as well, okay? But what I just don't want to do is be too wide out here where I'm going to become square and I'm stretching, and here where I'm in line with myself and I'm on that tightrope, yeah? There, I feel naturally strong, naturally balanced. So get good at that, and then we're going to be moving on to section 2. Okay, phase 2 of the setup is going to be where my knee position, my hip position. So we've got our feet right now. We're here, toe and heel stance. I've got my hip facing to my opponent, which again is the camera, and I have this now. You'll see my shoulder will naturally follow that path here. So now I'm less of a target than I was when I was here. So let's just turn in there so I'm close. And also, you'll notice my jab, which would be my lead hand, is going to be closer to the target to land than it would be here. Yeah, so I've got more reach straight away on my lead hand by just turning my hip and my shoulder that little bit. Yeah, so again, I've got my toe and heel stance alignment. I've got my heel slightly off the back, off the ground. I've got my back foot around 45 degrees and my front foot just slightly off the center. Yeah, my knees are slightly flexed, so I'm not going to be straight up here, and I'm not going to be right down here. Yeah, it's just nice and just flexed. Yeah, again, hip and shoulder facing your opponent, and then what I want to do is going to tuck my elbows in to protect the body. And what I don't want to do is I don't want to bring my elbows to the side of my body. I want to slightly bring them in front, yeah, where the vital organs are. Remember, you're not, as a fighter, they're not really allowed to punch too far around the back. So if you're round here, round to the side, you're leaving all this open. So we're just drawing them elbows in, and then all we want to do, this one up here on the chin, and then this one here is just in front of the chin as well. Then what we're looking for with our chin is to tuck the chin down like that into the chest slightly. Again, it will be then protected by our lead shoulder, and we're looking at our opponent through the eyebrows. Yeah, so we don't want to have our head up here looking at our opponent. A lot of times you'll hear coaches say hands up, hands up. The fighter thinks they've got their hands up because they're here, but what they should be saying is chin down. As soon as they say chin down, boom, my chin's tucked in now and I'm in a better position. Yeah, so from the side view, if I'm here, my set up, turn my lead hip and my shoulder there, my chin's down there, I'm looking at my opponent through the eyebrows. And again this way, chin's down, looking at my opponent through the eyebrows, my chin's protected here. If they did throw a hook, I can slide, but again that's not for this phase, this is coming up. I've got my hand in a good position here, I don't want it too close to the face here where I'm going to be just a sitting target, and I don't want to have it above my eyes, I don't want to be in front of my face, I want to just have it just there, so I've got a good vision. I can throw my jab, boom, there, and I can block if I need to, I can roll, I can stay in a good position here, nice and relaxed, yeah? So that's that position slide on.